our Viper 70. It's the smallest of our Viper range, which comes in 4 sizes. The Vipers are our beginner boards with lots of features. The main feature is the board has a dagger board. That's essential if you want to learn how to windsurf. A dagger board is the key point. So make sure that the board is stable. You can go upwind, you don't drift downwind, and the dagger board can be put in and out. Variety of footstrap options all the way up in the front here will give you your first footstrap experience. Then different sets along the boards lets you progress with the Viper till your first planing experience and your first jibe actually before you go into serious fun board windsurfing. Nick, you had a lot of experience with...
It's a no-brainer, to be honest with you. The whole Viper range is the benchmark of early entry beginner boards. You go to any of the schools around the world and they will all tell you literally it is the board to have. We have it in the 4 sizes. The most sold size seems to be the 80. You get away with either being lighter and obviously even the heavy guys on that. What is so amazing about the board is not just because it is slightly longer than some others, it's a little bit more parallel outline, so the board actually goes backwards and forwards as opposed to swinging around the corners.
I think that's something important you're mentioning here. When we developed this board, we were actually looking at boards that were much longer from the old days, 3m30, 3m60 even. And we were a lot of contact with schools, centers, and asked them, well, what is your preferred choice of board? And they said what they actually wanted was one of the old boards just being shorter. So in our Viper designs, we have tried to keep the outline as straight as possible, like you mentioned, to get that directional feeling.
So we've, like you say, we've got that straighter outline. We have that longer board feeling to enable the board to track backwards and forwards when you're learning. But it's much more modern, so it is obviously cut off in the nose and the tail in a crude way. So it allows the board actually to be more manoeuvrable when you're learning for tackling and jibing. Another thing for me, what makes the Viper such an incredible board is you go from your first experience ever uphauling all the way to first planing, first using the forward sets of foot straps, and as you said, you move those straps backwards and backwards, the mast track back, fully retractable dagger board, you're sailing on a fin, you're planing now and doing full calf jibes, which it is quite impressive that you can take a board from your first ever windsurfing experience all the way through to what people nowadays spend a lot of their time trying to learn to calf jibe.
Yeah, well, this is in fact amazing that this board, they're actually quite quick. Once you're on the plane and you're actually good enough to use the back foot straps, you'll be surprised how fast you're on a board like that. That's supposedly a beginner board. So the Viper has a huge range of use, which is nice. So once you get into this board, you don't have to change boards immediately after progress a little bit. You can actually stay with the board and use it for a long time.
Also, if you add a board to it, let's say you elevate yourself onto something like our Shark or Gecko sort of range product, you can keep the Viper in the back of the garage for those days when there is no wind, when you are cruising around, when you are teaching your friends and your children, so because it still has a huge range left in its life.